Hello, welcome to Last Bell Boxing. This video is going to revolve around Eddie Hearn and his recent comments regarding the biggest fight for Canelo next will be a Triple G fight. So, straight into it, and give us your thoughts on Mr. Hearn.
Okay, so my instant reaction to that is Eddie Hearn has no confidence with Canelo moving up. Because how's that a legacy fight, fighting Triple G again? I don't. There's no. It makes no sense. Yeah.
A lot of people think it's 1-1 though, don't they, Ander?
I know they do, and I do as well.
I do.
I think Triple G won the first fight, but that's not what the record books say. So in Canelo's head, he doesn't need that fight again. Does it make sense money wise? Probably. Is it the biggest fight money wise? Probably. Is Triple G the same fighter he was when he fought him first time? No.
Well, we don't know. He's not active enough, is he?
Well, that's it, mate. He's not active, so he's not going to be the same fighter. The style that Triple G has is all about pressure. Is all about accuracy. You don't have that if you don't fight. Timing, working angles in the right places, throwing shots at the right angles. That all comes with being consistent as a fighter. That's why Canelo fights as much as he fights. He wouldn't be in the rhythm he's in and have the IQ he has and work fighters out the way he does if he wasn't fighting as consistently as he does.
I do like that fight for the third one, though, from a fan perspective.
Means nothing. It means nothing, mate.
I like it.
Do I think the fight? Do I think that fight could happen? No. I tell you why. I don't think Canelo could get down to that weight anymore. And if he does, he won't be the same fighter. I mean, what would you say, Canelo? What would you say Canelo comes in the ring at?
Oof. What, super middle? When he's fighting super middle?
Yeah.
I'd go. I think he puts a lot on, so I'm going to go 175, 180 for super middle. I think he puts about a spoon on.
Right. Yeah. So you seriously think he can make middleweight? Not a chance. I don't understand. Eddie Hearn's very, very intelligent, and he puts little bits and bobs out there for other people to bite at, like we're doing right now.
Very well connected, though, isn't he, in the Canelo camp?
Yeah,
very well connected.
He is, and he's probably going to make the fight. But normally, it's a strategy thing with Eddie Hearn, and he'll put little snippets out to make people think about it. All of a sudden, before you know it, it's a big buzz. Everybody's talking about it again, like we are, and that's how the fight. That's how the kind of it rolls on and becomes this big monster, and then the fight happens. I just don't understand why he'd want to do that. Surely if he's...
Could it be Canelo's ego? Could it be Canelo going, hold on a minute?
Canelo don't need to fight him. He's beaten twice. That's what the record books say.
Well, I think this is Eddie Hearn putting the feelers out about this fight. I really do. Like you said, strategy, let's build a bit of a buzz. Yeah. So I do wonder if Canelo Mayweather says, Eddie, let's find out what the Triple G fight, whether there's any desire for it out there.
For me, Canelo's done everything he needs to do at middleweight. He's got nothing to prove.
No.
So why go there? Why? I mean, if it is all about legacy, like I think it is, the only way he can go is up. Because if he goes back down to middleweight, then he's definitely not getting up to cruiserweight. Because it'll take it all out of him to get down there for that one fight. Don't really make a lot of sense. Whereas if he does believe in his own ability, then he can go up to light heavy and to cruiserweight. Pick off the weaker of the champions, ride off into the sunset. So then want to be talking about him up there with the greatest ever.
So is a no from you then?
Absolutely not.
Okay, Chris, over to you.
Yeah, I think the fight doesn't happen, and I think there's a number of reasons why. One, I don't think Canelo wants it. I don't think Canelo even likes Triple G as a person. And you could see that in their rematch. Canelo wasn't the first even to take the rematch, I didn't think, the first time.
No.
And I think this is really Eddie Hearn doing his promotion job. He's keeping Triple G relevant by association here. And I think that is exactly what Eddie Hearn is doing with Triple G. He's 39 years old. As you say, the first fight was in 2017. There was a year between the second fight as well. That was 2018.
Why would he care about Triple G's profile?
Why would Eddie Hearn? Because they've got him on DAZN over in the US, haven't they? So he's probably made promises to Triple G in terms of purses, in my opinion, as to what he can deliver. And he's probably not been able to deliver those purses to Triple G. So by kind of dangling this carrot out continually, we'll get you this high-profile fight. You look at Triple G's fights since he fought Canelo the second time, and they've all been under the radar. They've been pretty poor performances. As you say, Carol, he's been so inactive. He's only fought 4 times since he actually fought Triple G anyway. And he's not looked fantastic in any of the fights. He's a career middleweight. He always looks like he can make 160 so easy. I don't even fancy Triple G moving up to 168. There's no requirement for it. And at 39 years of age, if he was struggling to make the weight, why go for another couple of middleweight title belts as he did? They've also got no faith that he can make the step up there. So I just think it's success by association here. The 2 fights were great when they happened, but let's draw a line under it. We don't need a third fight, and certainly I don't think Canelo would ever even entertain a third fight with him, because Canelo's now getting this little bit of, which I quite like in him. He's now getting this little bit of F everybody else attitude, isn't he? Now that he's speaking English and he's coming out in the press conferences and he's kind of saying things to people, he's almost like, get lost, this is my stage now. And he kind of knows who's the draw, and Triple G's just not relevant anymore, which is a shame because he's such a great fighter. Triple G, for me, I think he's one of his next fights will potentially be against the Eubank winner, against Liam Williams. And I can see Chris Eubank Jr. chasing Triple G down. I'm interested in that fight because I'd like to see what level both of them are truly at. But I just think it's Eddie Hearn keeping Triple G, keeping his profile there, keeping his name in the media, and seeing if something did happen to Canelo, maybe is this a roundabout way to bring him back? But weights are so different now that I just can't see that the fight ever happens. I would love to see it and I would watch it, but I think it would almost be like someone at the top of their game fighting an old man now. And that's really how the fight feels.
It's a shame, isn't it? But Triple G's career's kind of ebbed away, hasn't it? It's kind of ebbed away.
Yeah, and you look at like when he came back, and as we say, he's fought 4 times. You look at the level of the opponent. Like, we can hardly even pronounce their names. I'm not even going to try. Because like they've just been so off the radar. And I think
the problem is even fighting a champion at middleweight, it's not a big fight.
No.
They're not big names.
Well, and would you want to see Triple G in with any of the Charlos? I think the Charlos beat him at this stage in time. But again, how interested are we in them? Because we've not seen them on UK telly. And that's terrible that we've got 2 fantastic young brothers who've done great in the sport, but the UK audience isn't there. So, what does he do? He's got to keep Triple G relevant. How do you keep him relevant? Every time you mention Canelo, mention Triple G. He is a DAZN fighter, and he was one of the first to go over to DAZN. So I think that's the only reason we're continually hearing Eddie Hearn talking about him. He's got to deliver something for Triple G to pay him at one point.
I didn't actually think about that, like you've just mentioned, and it's a really good point about Eddie Hearn promising Triple G certain things.
Yeah.
And realistically, it's the only fight that brings Triple G the money that he probably thinks he deserves to have.
Yeah.
But remember, Eddie Hearn's not DAZN though, so it's not really his problem.
He's not, but he is also their primary boxing promoter until they bring
he's Matchroom, isn't it? It's Matchroom who are exclusive to DAZN. He ain't on the DAZN board or anything like that. So when it comes to
he might have been put under pressure.
Yeah.
I don't understand with regards what, because he wouldn't negotiate the contract between DAZN and Triple G, would he?
Yeah, but do you know, take DAZN out for one side. Do you know a very interesting point is Matchroom Sport still provide over 36% of the revenue. The program content for Sky Sports.
Yeah, with the darts and pool.
Whether it's darts and yachting, they present all this. Eddie Hearn's got a big reach there, so he can say to DAZN, "I can give you this, I can give you that." So I think his power at DAZN is actually big, you know, and I think that's why he's to say to someone, "I can give you that."
Yeah, Chris has gone on record as saying he went to DAZN because he wanted more control over the production of shows and etc. etc.
Yeah.
He's without a doubt, he's the mouthpiece.
Yeah, but he's good though as well, is he? And he's a good promoter, you know. And what he's trying to do is talk up someone who's got an interest in, you know, because at the moment a lot of the stuff Eddie Hearn puts on America must be loss making, as we've said before.
Yeah. But the only point I was making was that Triple G probably joined DAZN before Eddie Hearn even signed that exclusive contract, correct? Because he's one of the first ones to go over. So I'm not sure how much influence would have had over that deal. So I'm not sure he's feeling the pinch over whatever DAZN and Triple G would have agreed.
Do you think the fight happens, Carl?
No. I don't think Canelo can boil himself down to that weight, like we've said. Yeah. If he does, he'll be weight drained for me. So I think he's sick. The lightest Canelo will go now is super middle, but there's nothing there for him.
No, there's not.
So, you know,
if it was going to happen, it would have happened in 2019, wouldn't it? And it's not.
That was when it's at its peak. Why wouldn't he have had a trilogy?
Yeah.
You know, but I think, like I say, Eddie Hearn's a very, very good communicator, very smooth operator. Maybe he was just putting the feelers out there amongst the boxing public to see if there's any uptake on it or not. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
On that note then, guys, that's the end of the video. Okay, thank you both for joining me. Much appreciated. See you next time.